Hi friends, it's Kat from RichKat Ranch, and today is a day for another recipe. I'm going to walk you through from start to finish my beef and onion enchilada recipe. It's simple, but it is kind of time consuming, and there are a good number of steps, but it always turns out great. It's one of the few things Richard really will eat all of. I don't throw anything away afterwards, so he requested that I make a batch, and it's been a while since I did, so I thought I'd let you follow along. So watch and learn, and let's get rolling. All right, I'll just give you a little peek of what we're going to use. Need some corn tortillas. You can use white or yellow. And I asked him to get me lean ground beef when he made a trip to the store. I like to use 93% or higher lean ground beef, just so there's not too much fat to drain. But we can make the 80% work. I'll use about a half of a medium to large size onion. I used part of it for another dish already. And then I'll use a can of enchilada sauce. And I will top it with chili con carne, courtesy of Wolf brand chili. It will use a little salt and a little pepper. I will put a touch of ground comino. Oh, that's cinnamon. That'd be interesting. A little touch of ground comino and garlic powder in it, but the enchilada sauce is going to be the primary seasoning. So again, let's get going, and I'll start by getting my meat cooked. So again, I like to use lean ground beef, and that way I don't even have to drain it, but we will have the extra step this time. Of draining this beef. Depending on what I'm doing with an onion, there are different ways I cut it. For this one, I do it the simplest way. Kind of slice it, and then I'm going to chop these slices. All right, get this chopped. Again, these don't have to be particularly small because they're going to cook with the meat here in just a minute once the meat has browned a little bit more. So I'm going to give that meat probably 5 or 6 minutes to cook. I won't make you sit and watch that happen. And then we'll add the onion. We'll let it continue to cook until the onion is done and the meat is completely browned. All right, I'm going to add my onions. And you'll see kind of it's not really that much onion to be using that much meat, but it's just to get the flavor of the onion. Because they'll cook down so much you won't even be able to feel that they're in there. I hope you can hear. I know sometimes the cooking food is pretty noisy when it's this close to the camera. So even when I'm using the lean ground beef, the little bit of fat that makes grease helps to cook these onions. So that again, that was going for about 6 minutes before I added the onions. Okay, I've drained this beef. So we're going to get it seasoned. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. I did turn the heat down on the meat and onions also. A little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of ground comino. It sticks when the steam hits it. And about 1/3 of this can of enchilada sauce, because I'm going to use the other, I'm going to mix it with the chili to put it on top. And I don't like for the meat to be too wet, because then it's a little messier when we start getting ready to roll these tortillas up. Put a little bit more of the enchilada sauce in there. I like the red enchilada sauce for my beef enchiladas. All right, and we're just gonna let this sit here and stay warm. Let those onions still get a little softer and get the next part going, which is to heat my tortillas, and I need to get my casserole dish out. I always have a whole bunch of stuff out. What's up with that? All right, let me get my dish out, and we'll get ready heating these tortillas so that they'll be soft and pliable enough to roll them without them splitting apart. All right, I'm just using my cast iron skillet, and I just want it to get, pretty warm. It doesn't have to be hot, but it does make a big difference in being able to roll these tortillas if they are softened first, and the easiest way to do that is to heat them. They can be heated in the microwave also. I used to put a little oil in a pan and heat them that way, but I don't really want so much oil. I'm really trying to stay away from oil. So I'm just testing it now to see if I think it's hot enough. I just have this on medium, and it's on one of the small burners here at the front of the stove. So we're going to try one. I can't really tell you how many tortillas to use because it depends on how many enchiladas you're making and the size of the pan. The last time I made these, I only did about a half a batch. I'll turn this up a little bit. It's still close to medium, just a little bit hotter. And this skillet will just continue to get hotter and hotter as I use it. So I did spray the casserole dish I'm going to use with some cooking spray so my tortillas won't stick. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm just doing this while the meat is sitting over there and continuing to not quite simmer, but stay warm. Right, I'm going to continue to do this, and let's see. I'll probably heat about 18 tortillas. So again, I won't make you watch all of that. And as you can tell, this pan is not so hot that I can't like have my fingers here, because I'm using it to gauge, how hot the tortillas are getting. So I'll be back in, we'll say 5 minutes after I get a good batch of tortillas heated, and then we'll start building our enchiladas. All right, we're ready to start rolling some enchiladas. I think I have 17 tortillas here, but we can always cook another one if we need to. So we're going to, y'all, again, it's so hard because I don't cook with recipes. So I'm just eyeballing what I want to do here. Using a combination of this Fiesta blend that's got Monterey Jack, cheddar, queso quesadilla, and asadero cheese. And then I have a little bit more Monterey Jack because I just like that flavor. I like the lighter color. And so now that I've got my first tortilla filled, we're going to put a little bit of each of these cheeses. And then we're going to roll. So you want the meat to be closer to one edge than it is to the other so that you've got room to roll it. And we'll just kind of tuck and roll. And that tortilla is trying to split a little bit, but nothing bad. And then we'll just put it in this pan here. Get our next one. I don't know how to tell you how much meat to put in it. You just kind of have to eyeball it. This is 2 pounds of meat, so It should be enough to get all of these filled. And I'm just going to keep rolling and putting them in my pan until I've got a nice full pan of enchiladas. All right, we're working on our last few enchiladas here, and I think it's going to be just right. However many, we'll count here in just a minute, and I'll tell you what I'll do with that little empty space right there. And it's been, about 7 minutes. I did have a couple that split open, the ones that were heated first, so I think they got cold. So I wanted to tell you two things. So I'm going to slide this down to make room, make room for this one that just came apart. And you want to have your seam side down. Oh, yeah, these earlier ones must have gotten cold again or something. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to cut this in half, kind of in half. That'll have to be re-rolled. And I'm going to put it in this space, and we'll re-roll this one. The skillet may not have been quite warm enough at the beginning when I was heating the tortillas. And I need to turn this. So let's get this in the frame. So I'm just going to put the rest of the meat right on top of this. So here are the ones that I did last, and those tortillas weren't quite as soft. All right, and then we are going to use the rest of the enchilada sauce, and we'll just pour this over the top. Again, that does give it a little bit different flavor than if you just used tomato sauce, or if I only went with the chili alone. And now we're going to top with our Wolf Brand chili. Get that to lay down. So those tortillas will continue to soften from the moisture in these other ingredients. I'm going to turn my oven on. 375. Alright, we're going to put a little cheese on top of here. And then into the oven this is going to go. Again, 375. Okay, I'm not going to be able to pick that up and hold the camera. And I'm going to set the timer for 50 minutes. So we'll be back in 50 minutes. I'll be checking on it periodically, but it should be ready in about 50 minutes. All right, it's ready to come out of the oven. Smells good. Alright, and we've got our nice melty cheese on the top. Nice and bubbly. There's our enchiladas under there. I gotta let it cool for a little bit before I take a taste. But that's how I like to end my recipe videos, with a taste test. So sit tight and we'll really see if these turned out the way they were supposed to turn out here in just a minute. Alright, it's taste test time. Oh, Richard's just gonna get some out of there. Well, that's fine, yeah. I was actually gonna eat some lunch because I haven't eaten. I don't think I've eaten it all today. Alright, give it a taste. He'll actually eat all of that, y'all. I don't think I'll be throwing any of that away.
Man, that's good.
Is it good? Did it turn out good?
Mm-hmm. Golly.
It's so tricky sometimes because since I don't use recipes, I just have to kind of play it by ear when I cook. Let me have some. Is it still kind of warm?
Lukewarm.
Yeah, I mean it's
But you'll want to probably warm it up a little bit.
been sitting there. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Is it good?
That's good. No complaints from me. Okay. There you have it. Beef and onion enchiladas, RichKat Ranch style, with the help from Wolf Brand Chili. So make a batch. Tell me what you think. And thanks for hanging out with me today while I shared a new recipe with you. Be safe, be happy, be well, and I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.
You want me to stop it?